Hello, welcome to the Mouse Invest channel, where we talk about financial education and investing. And I want to get straight to the point. If your money disappears every month, it's not just the bills. There's an invisible tax draining your wealth every single day, and no one ever taught you this in school. And here's the truth, straight and simple. It's not the government taking your money, it's your lifestyle. Yes. The small choices that seem harmless are silently keeping you stuck, while you believe you're living well. Now let me show you this in a simple way. Imagine two people. The first earns $3,000 a month. The second earns $10,000. Who do you think gets rich? Most people answer, the one who earns more. Wrong. Because the first person lives on $2,000 and invests $1,000 every month. The second person spends all $10,000. More expensive car. Bigger house. Expensive restaurants. Subscriptions they don't even use. The result? At the end of the year, the one who looks rich is still chasing money. And the one who seemed simple is building freedom. That's the invisible tax. It doesn't show up on your bill. It doesn't come with a fancy name. But it charges you every single day. And the worst part? It grows. Every time you earn more, you spend more. This has a name, lifestyle inflation. And this is where most people lose the game without even realizing it. You get a raise, and automatically upgrade your lifestyle. New phone. New car. New house. Spending more to keep up with others. And without noticing, you stay in the same place. Or worse, even more trapped. Because now you have to maintain that new standard. Now pay attention to this. It's not about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep. If you make $5,000 and spend $4,900, you're stuck. If you make $3,000 and spend $2,000, you're building power. That's the difference between those who work for money and those who make money work for them. And here's the part no one tells you. The invisible tax isn't in big purchases. It's in the small, repeated ones. The daily coffee. Food delivery. I can't miss this, deals. Small installments. All of this feels cheap. But together, it becomes a massive leak. It's like a bucket with a hole. It doesn't matter how much you pour in. It never fills up. Now let me ask you something simple. Are you living? Or just paying to maintain an image? Because a lot of people today don't spend out of necessity. They spend out of comparison. To look good. To not feel less than. To keep up with a standard that doesn't even make sense. And that's expensive. Much more expensive than you think. Now take a breath and think with me. What if you cut just 20% of these invisible expenses? Without suffering. Without radically changing your life. Just becoming more aware. That money could start working for you. Invest it every month. It grows. And here's where the magic happens, the part no one really teaches. Money starts generating more money. And over time, you stop depending only on your effort. That's freedom. It's not a luxury car. It's not expensive clothes. It's having the power to choose. Now pay attention to this sentence, because it can change everything. Rich is not who earns a lot. It's who controls what goes out. If you don't master this, it doesn't matter how much comes in, it will never be enough. But if you understand this, even earning less, you start building something big. And the best part? Anyone can start today. No magic formula. No complexity. Just awareness, and decision. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how to identify this invisible tax in your own life, and how to eliminate it without feeling like you're giving everything up. Because it's not about stopping living. It's about stopping losing money without realizing it. Now let's put this into practice. Grab a piece of paper, or open your phone's notes app. And do something almost no one has the courage to do. Truly look at where your money is going. Not roughly. Not more or less. Exactly. Write everything down. Every coffee. Every subscription. Every quick purchase. Every forgotten installment. In the next few minutes, you'll notice something uncomfortable. The problem isn't what you think. It's what you've never paid attention to. And here's the first shock. Many of these expenses don't even make you happy anymore. You're just still paying, out of habit. It's automatic. You don't even think. You just do it. And that's how the invisible tax grows, on autopilot. Now comes the second step, and it changes everything. Separate your expenses into 3 simple groups. Essential. Important. Unnecessary. Essential is what keeps your life running. Housing, basic food, transportation. Important is what genuinely improves your life. Education, health, experiences you truly value. Now the last group. Unnecessary. And here's the hard truth. This is where your money is leaking. Not because you're irresponsible. But because no one ever taught you to see it. Subscriptions you don't even remember having. Impulse purchases. Things you bought to impress people who don't even care. Now do something simple, but powerful. Look at that list. And choose to cut just 20% of what's unnecessary. Just 20%. You don't need to change your entire life. You just need to stop the bleeding. And here's something interesting. You won't even miss most of these things. Because they were never truly important. Now let's take it a step further. Every dollar you cut is not for spending on something else. That's the mistake most people make. That money needs a destination. And that destination is simple. Building your future. It can be a separate account. It can be a basic investment. It doesn't matter how much. What matters is consistency. Because this is where the game-changing effect comes in. Silent growth. At first, it seems small. Almost nothing. But over time, it accelerates. And there comes a point where your money starts working more than you do. But that only happens if you protect it now. If you keep letting your lifestyle consume everything, it never begins. Now let me show you the most dangerous mistake of all. People think like this. When I earn more, I'll start. That's a trap. Because if you can't control a little, you won't control a lot. In fact, it gets worse. More money, more spending, more pressure. And the cycle continues. Now imagine the opposite. You learn to live well with less than you earn today. You build control. You build discipline. You build awareness. When your income increases, your wealth skyrockets. Because you already understand the game. And here's the turning point. Financial freedom doesn't start when you earn a lot. It starts when you stop losing. Simple as that. Now think about this honestly. How many decisions did you make this month that actually improved your life? And how many were just impulse? That's the filter. Every time you're about to spend, ask yourself. Does this improve my life, or just look like it does? If it doesn't truly improve it, that's the invisible tax charging you once again. And now you can see it. And once you see it, you can't ignore it anymore. That's power. Because from here on, every choice starts building something. Or destroying it. And the difference between the two is in the details most people ignore. Small decisions. Repeated every day. That's how ordinary people build wealth. Not with luck. Not with magic. But with control. And it all starts here. By stopping your money from disappearing in silence. Now I'm going to reveal something that separates those who understand, from those who actually change their lives. Because noticing the problem is only the beginning. What truly changes everything, is what you do next. And here's the third step. Create a simple system, one that works even on the days when you're not motivated. Because relying only on discipline is risky. Discipline fails. Motivation fades. But a system keeps working. So do this. Every dollar that enters your account, divide it automatically. No thinking. No deciding in the moment. One part to live on. One part to invest. One part for yourself. Simple. Even if it's little at first. 5%. 10%. It doesn't matter. What matters is building the habit. Because once it becomes automatic, the game changes. You stop depending on willpower. And start depending on structure. Now pay attention to this. The goal isn't to look rich. It's to become free. Because many people confuse the two. They spend everything to show a lifestyle. But inside, they're trapped. In debt. Anxious. Dependent on the next paycheck. That's not wealth. That's an expensive illusion. True wealth is quiet. It doesn't need to be flaunted. It grows behind the scenes. While no one is watching. While you make decisions that no one sees. And here's a point that may be uncomfortable. But is necessary. You'll have to say no. No to impulsive purchases. No to standards that don't make sense. No to useless comparisons. And yes, it hurts at first. Because you're going against what everyone else does. But that's exactly why it works. Now think with me. If you keep doing what everyone else does, you'll get the results everyone else gets. And you already know what that result is. Chasing money your whole life. Now imagine a different scenario. You control what comes in. You control what goes out. You invest consistently. Over time. Your money pays your bills. Then, it pays your lifestyle. And then, it buys your freedom. This doesn't happen overnight. But it starts much faster than you think. And it all depends on one decision. Stop living on autopilot. Because autopilot keeps you trapped. Consciousness frees you. Now remember this. Every dollar you spend today is a piece of your freedom tomorrow. Either building it or destroying it. There's no middle ground. And that's why the invisible tax is so dangerous. Because it doesn't feel like an important choice. But it is. Every single day. Now you have clarity. You know where the leak is. You know how to reduce it. You know how to redirect it. So the question is no longer what to do. The question is, will you act, or keep watching your wealth disappear? Because in the end, it's not about money. It's about time. And every wrong financial decision costs years of your life. But every right decision gives that time back. And freedom is nothing more than this. Having control over your time. And it starts now. With something simple. Choosing not to let your money slip away, without noticing.